Welcome to the NBA Pub Sports Radio, Tuesday, November 30th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, Billy Briz. We're here for the Tuesday slate with two terrific TNT doubleheader games to headline the card tonight. Doesn't get much better than Battle of New York, Knicks and Nets. And, of course, the battle for the number one seed in the West, at least as of November 30th. Things could change a lot between now and April. But still, these are the top two teams in the West, Golden State and Phoenix. Not much more needs to be said. It's a great game on paper. We want to see how these teams stack up. It's early in the season, but it's still cool and awesome and fun to see how these teams stack up against one another. So we're definitely looking forward to tonight's card. But before we do that, because it's a shorter slate, we like to look back on last night briefly. We saw the Sixers first half. I like that one. They had a good first half and kind of fell asleep in the second half, but they beat Orlando 101-96. How about Denver?
Yeah, baby.
Jokic back, and they beat the Miami Heat 120-111.
Time out. Did you see Jokic in the club?
Yep, he was. I retweeted that. Yep. Singing the Serbian national anthem for him. That's treating him with some respect. Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
Wild. They had the national anthem playing in the main club with the bottle service coming out with like 30 bottles. So many women, it looked like a freaking, I don't even know. It looked like an NFL football field. It was absolutely absurd. My man Jokic's out here praying drunk as hell. Man, it made me think about betting Orlando tomorrow.
You even never know. Hungover, you're right. And they're not going to be as into playing Orlando as they were at Miami last night. So there could be a little hangover effect. And look, I don't blame them for playing the Serbian anthem. That's the MVP, for Christ's sake. You got to treat them with some respect. You know, that's not chopped liver walking into the club.
They had a thing on the bottle service thing, like usually where it says happy birthday, it said Nikolai Jokic, MVP, fuck the Heat.
Wow.
That's wild. I ain't see that. That's crazy, though.
They were lit in there last night.
Yeah,
that was wild.
Yeah, that's what you do. Nobody cares about the Miami Heat in the club when you got Jokic walking through. It doesn't matter who he plays for. It's the MVP. You got to make it look good for him, for sure.
Yeah,
Speaking of making
place, they show love to the tourists.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Houston beats OKC. We'll tip our cap to Ski. He liked the Rockets there. The Bulls beat the Hornets 133-119. The Wolves 198 in that game. Again, brutal if you had Minnesota there. Tough way to that one to end. Cleveland beating up Dallas. We all loved Cleveland. Best bet, I believe, for Dutch, or freshest look for Dutch. Cleveland 114-96. Spurs, I like them. They took care of business against Washington. One thing I did get wrong was the Clippers. I mean, my God, that's the last time I lay big points with that fucking group for at least a foreseeable future. My gosh, terrible game, 123-104. And the best bet does cash for me as the Jazz pound the Blazers, and that game goes over the total. It wasn't looking good early, but man, an explosion of points in the second half. Utah beating Portland 129-107. We got to start with Dutch because he had the monster night. We all had pretty solid nights, but nobody a night like Dutch last night with the results on the Monday board. Congrats, Dutch, a big Monday night with the NBA.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Verano. Salute to the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Take a moment, hit the motherfucking like button like I just hit that plain of garlic cookies and get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Share the video as well. Muchly appreciated. Shout out to THC, RZA, Nets, Bets, Viper, everybody in the chat. You already know. Alfonso. Yeah, man. Black Floor King, I see you, my dude. Yeah, it was a beautiful thing yesterday. You touched on a little bit with the Wolves, a little bullshit at the end. The hooker got me, but you know what they say. It ain't tricking if you got it. And after a day like yesterday, I guess I could trick a little bit on that. That hooker did get me, But it's all good. 7-1 night. Fucking Cavs, man. If every game could be as easy as the Cavs, bro, like life would be pretty fucking good. I mean, life is damn good, but it would be pretty fucking good if if every game was a no sweater. Like the Cavaliers. That was a beautiful thing. But yeah, it was a great night. Ready to get started today. I couldn't really I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't sleep very well, actually. Just getting excited about the game we have tonight, to be honest with you. So I'm ready for it. I was up early. I'm ready to rock and roll on this card, my man.
Yeah, that won't be the last time I bet Cleveland is underdogs, especially on the road. They've been money. Absolutely gold. In that
and Big Cat did handle his business too. He made it even in Minnesota. Shout out to Big Cat. He continues to eat. Everybody wants to talk shit. 32 and handle business.
Yeah, no doubt. Great performance, definitely from him as well last night. Wham, how was last night to you?
I mean, it was all right. I mean, I feel like it was bullshit though, because the Lou Dort shit. You watched Lou Dort yesterday, man. Come on, bro. Like his fucking shot was constipated as fuck. Like he couldn't have no follow motion. He just fucking shooting, and it's just looking like me right now on the screen. So, yeah, man, it was all bad there. But honestly, it was a great thing with the Cavs. I'm glad we all liked the Cavs because I did double up on that. That was definitely a good look there. And then also I seen the Clippers, bro. I seen them folding at halftime, so I did hop on a +8.5 halftime for New Orleans Pelicans. Fucking Valanciunas 7 for 7 from 3.
Bro,
wild as fuck, bro. Wild as fuck, bro.
Who took over his body? Steph Curry?
Somebody in daily fantasy.
He was,
Hey, Big Val, baby.
I saw Val with 7 threes. I hit the refresh button. I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I tweeted out yesterday. Him and Steph Curry are the only ones that have 7 3-point makes and 10 rebounds. Crazy as fuck.
Crazy as fuck, bro.
I never thought Big
Over
Val
16 and a half
Curry
was easy. He did that from the 3-point line.
Hell yeah.
Good shit.
Never thought they'd share a statistic, but there you go. You find out something unexpected every day. Billy, how was last night?
Man, last night they made me not want to bet on sports ever again. And talk about the NFL, man. That shit was fucking great.
Oh my god.
I'm glad
Gibson,
I had
baby.
+3 Seattle alt line because, man, I thought we were taking a trip over to the bank and hitting a deposit on the account because it was looking like one of those nights. But, luckily we got a nice little card here. I already had some bets placed from last night, so I'm ready to make some money today, man. And shouts to the boys over there in Philly getting it done. We always talk about it on the show. And, man, I need to find that statistic, man. Philadelphia first quarter has been like an auto bet with Embiid.
Yeah, they handled first quarter and full game, and then made it a sweater to get out of there with a W.
Yeah, exactly. That's been the pattern with I find Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Philly, all these teams when they're double-digit chalk, you bet them early. You just ignore the full game. Just bet them early because they fall asleep. They do start strong, and then they basically take their foot off the gas pedal later in the game. It's been basically a trait with them developing. Not a good one, but we've certainly seen that from the Sixers a few times. All right, we've got 5 games tonight. Let's start with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors. We've got the Raptors 3.5-point home favorites, 216.5 the total in this game. I'm on Memphis here, plus the points. Very simple decision for me to take Memphis in this game. Rapid revenge situation. They just lost to the Raptors at home, 126-113. The Raptors just absolutely fed and handed it to the Grizzlies in that game. It was an ugly game for Memphis. No defense whatsoever. In fact, no defense has been the issue for Memphis lately. 7 straight overs right now for Memphis in their last 7 games. On the other side of the fence, you've got the Raptors, who returned home from a pretty long road trip, 6 games out west, pretty tough schedule. And they came back, played Boston, and lost 109-97. So the Raptors in that first game home spot didn't do well. I'd expect them to play better here, but the problem is they've been better on the road than they've been at home. It's been that way all year. 2-7 on their home floor, 1-8 against the spread. These guys should be ashamed of themselves. I mean, you haven't played in Toronto for a year or two. You've been belly aching and screaming about how excited you are to get back to Toronto and play in front of the home fans. And what do you give them? A 2-7 shit show in 9 home games to begin the year? I mean, geez, yeah, we really love to be back in Toronto. Well, prove it. Win a game. Win some home games. That'll prove that you want to be back here. So it's been disappointing. All the talk, they're excited and pumped up to play at home, and they have played their worst basketball this year at home. So Memphis in revenge. Memphis getting points. They're still better than Toronto, I think, although sometimes Memphis, you wonder. They're just so schizophrenic. They're so up and down and inconsistent and erratic. And John Morant is out tonight for the Grizzlies, which is a concern, obviously. But still, I think the revenge situation, getting points, Toronto struggled at home. I'm going to go with the Grizzlies. And how do you not take a Memphis game over? You know, they've gone over in 7 straight. I'll go right back to it here tonight with over 216 between the Grizzlies and the Raptors. Dutch, what do you like here, Memphis, Toronto?
Yeah, shout out to my guy, G. Martinez, pocket quarterback, Lamar. I see you, my guy. Yeah, this game, you pretty much said it. Ian, but the it's 1-8 at home. That's unbelievable against the spread for a team like you said that should be just like really playing well with that home field and being back at the house after last year. Very surprising to me. But Memphis is 1-9 ATS in their last 10 games against Toronto. 1-7 straight up in their last 8 against the Raptors. It's hard for me to go against that, especially without the best fucking player on the court. John Morant out of the lineup. So in honor of my guy, Sweaty Butcher, I'm gonna back with this motherfucker. Yeah, man.
There we go. Let's get it up there.
Yeah, man. There we
All
go.
right.
Appreciate
There
you.
it is.
Yeah.
Wham, what do you like, if anything, here? Grizz Raps.
Yeah, so I like a lot what you're saying though, Babano. I did take a slight stab with the Grizzlies here on the money line because I just don't trust this Raptors team. And man, it took a lot for my guy to write what he wrote right there for the Raptors, man, because I could hear it in his words. Those are truthfully coming from my guy Babano's heart right there. It's been pretty bad at the
All I
house.
heard is we're sick of playing in Tampa and being
Right.
this nomad. We're sick
Right.
of being the NBA nomad for the last 2 years, going place to place and not having a true home court or home city, and now they're so excited. I heard all off season we're going to be back in Toronto playing in front of our fans. How do you show that excitement? What, 2-7 in your first 9 home games? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And I shout out to Kevin with the dono, man. You already know, Kevin. We always appreciate you, bro, for what you do with us, man. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the over is in play here. I like what Nick Nurse said about Scotty Barnes. He needs him to shoot more threes. He wants him to shoot more threes. What has the team been waiting for? He did get up 9 attempts last game. She made 4 of those things. They still got it right down in the prop market at a half. For the 3-point makes. This is a play that first bet that I made for the card here was over a half of 3-point make for Scotty Barnes. It's at -120 at FanDuel. I mean, I'm sorry, not at FanDuel, but at Bovada. I'm tripping. I'm sorry there. But yeah, and I agree with you on the over though, bro. I think Scotty Barnes over assists as well. Something that's really sneaky. It's over. It hit 4 of the last 6 times as well. You're thinking that it's at 3.5. That's the number that's been hitting at that rate. I think he gets a little bit of uptick here and continues to be the guy here. I do like Scotty Barnes tonight, his props, but the number one for me is the over a half of 3-point make for Scotty Barnes. I think we just need one here, and we know he's capable of doing it, hitting 41% from 3 in the last 6 games. So I do like that look.
What I like there, even though I like Memphis in the game, I wouldn't argue with those Memphis prop looks. There are a few props because I like the over too. I think you'll see points. There are some Toronto props. I think you target the backcourt of Toronto. Fred VanVleet looks like Svi Mikhailuk is going to be in the starting backcourt tonight. And what do those two guys do? They can shoot the 3 ball. Both of them. Who's shitty at defending the 3 ball? Oh yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies. So I think you look made threes for those two guys. You look at over points with those guys. I think that's a good way to look tonight as well. What do you think here, Billy? Grizzlies and Raptors.
Man, y'all got me reevaluating myself on how I thought about this game. Because, as a Sixer fan, pre-notion is you see a Raptor game, you get PTS sleep dreams the night before of Kawhi hitting that shot in the corner. Yeah, so automatically, I just wanted to back with it. I'm kind of with Dutch. But I will say my daily fantasy placeholder lineup right now, I do have 4 people in this game, like on the team out of 9 people. So, I mean, one of those people are Scotty Barnes. The other person's Dylan Brooks, and the other person's Jaren Jackson and Fred VanVleet. So, I mean, yeah, I guess I probably should be playing props in this game, but I'm just going to chill the fuck out on this.
I like Desmond Bane, too, over 3-point makes as well. Yeah, obviously, he's going to be the main ball handler as well. So, he's the first 3. He actually made the first basket last game. I think he does that every game as well. So, for our guys that follow the first basket stats.
I think Babano had the best bet, though. I think the over is the move on this.
For Memphis, that's been the move. Yeah, 7 straight, like I said, over the total. They just played last week in Memphis. These two teams, what was it, 116, 112, or more than it went over the total, bottom line.
Is Gary Trent out of this game, or is he was upgraded from doubtful to questionable?
Yeah, Gary Trent game time.
Game time. So if he's out too, I probably definitely would look Memphis, but
and if he's in, I think that helps the over, I think, too, for sure. If he's in,
for
sure. He's definitely a big catalyst for the Raptors.
I don't know, man.
126, 113 was the score of that Toronto-Memphis game last week.
Sevy's been hooping, man. Replacing him, though. He had a really good game last game.
Yeah,
I call him Sevy too, but it's Svi. I think it's Svi.
Yeah, the Svi.
Sounds like you're going down the slide at the water park. Like a little kid. All right, next. Speaking of acting like a little kid, I'm doing that right now. All right, New York and Brooklyn. We've got Brooklyn 7.5-point home favorites, 216.5 the total. Goes without saying, great game, huge game. TNT, Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller on TNT tonight. We're looking forward to it with the Nets and the Knicks here. I'm telling you what, the points, I'm tempted to take the points here with New York. I actually think they're putting a better lineup on the floor. The big scuttlebutt today is they're finally putting Kemba Walker out to pasture. He's not in the rotation tonight for them. It's long overdue. This guy is the ball hog. If he's not shooting and making buckets, he gives you very little else on the basketball
He was good
court.
at college.
Yeah. It's right.
We saw in Charlotte, and after that, Nathan.
Yeah, I mean, it's time. I mean, good for Thibodeau. It's probably not easy because he's been a veteran. He's been a well-regarded player, at least offensively for years. But now's the time. So I like Alec Burks now as the point guard and Fournier. And RJ Barrett does concern me. He's a game-time decision added to the injury report. But come on, I think he's got to power through and play. It's a big game. I'd be shocked if he's not on the court tonight against Brooklyn. I'm tempted to take the points here, though, with the Knicks in this game. Now, I know New York's been up and down. They haven't played great ball, but they are coming off a confidence-inspiring win on the road against Atlanta. Not many teams have won against Atlanta in Atlanta this year. Well, the Knicks just did that, 99-90. The Nets, they are off a loss to Phoenix. You always get concerned when you're betting against Brooklyn, team with the superstar talent they have off a loss. But still, they not only have to win this game, they got to win by 8 points or more. And the Knicks are going to be just as fired up for this game right now as the Nets. So I like the changes with the rotation. I think it's addition by subtraction for Thibodeau and for the Knicks, not having Walker in that starting five. I'm going to take the Knicks here plus 7.5, and I'll probably like it even more if Barrett for sure plays for the New York Knickerbockers tonight. So I like the Knicks here a little bit plus 7.5. As far as the total goes, Brooklyn started to finally trend over again. It took a while, but 7-2 to the over in their last 9 games. Problem is the Knicks are 9-1 to the under the last 10. So it's like a collision of forces here. The under Knicks and the over Nets. But I will say this, 3 meetings head to head, Nets versus Knicks this year, 225, 222, 225, 229, and 226 in terms of total points. All of them would have gone over this total. So I'd still lean over with these two teams tonight. Dutch, what do you think here? Great game, TNT, Knicks, Nets.
Yeah, shout out to my guy Mills. Hoops, I see you, my guy. This game, man, I really like the Knicks here, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. With Kemba out of the lineup, that was one of the things I didn't like. I felt like they're too suspect, from a defensive perspective in the backcourt with Fournier and Walker. Obviously, they upgrade with Burks there, bigger guard. I actually like Burks too. He's hard to stay in front of. He's solid. He had 23 last game. I don't expect that from him every night, but get some double digits and play some fucking defense. We'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, someone said, I don't know what his points are. I didn't look at it, but someone in the chat had it. I don't like anything from the defense perspective in that backcourt of Brooklyn on the other side as well. So I would expect Burks to get his. But yeah, I really like the Knicks here. This is the in-state rivalry, man. This game means different. You touched on it, Ian, with Bears should go. As Derrick Rose, he's questionable. I want him out there. I want him coming off the bench, giving minutes. They do got Quickly still pretty nice. But I just think the Knicks, man, you give me a touchdown plus the hooker with this motherfucker, I'm going to have to take it. They should be in this game outright. They're 4-0 ATS in their last 4 in Brooklyn, 6-1 ATS in the last 7 meetings. Now, these two teams obviously played last year 4 times, 3-1 ATS. The Knicks were 1-3 straight up, but the 3 losses were decided by a total of 4 points per game. So these games are close. So if you're going to give me 7.5, it has to be motherfucking Knicks here, Knickerbockers. The Nets are 0-3-1 ATS in their last 4 at home, 1-4-1 ATS in their last 5 overall. I mean, right? I'm not too impressed with Brooklyn, to be honest with you. The numbers aren't either. They do play, at any time are capable of, dropping 120 and just looking like the most elite team in the NBA. But overall, they're suspect inside. They don't protect the paint. I really think they're really relying on James Harden, who doesn't fucking play defense. He says he's trying to find his way with this team. Well, maybe the right way is to get the fucking NBA shape, first of all, and then start fucking playing some defense because, he's just lacking all over the fucking place. I just can't stand watching James Harden play basketball. The reason really is because he's got so much fucking talent and he's just kind of like half-asses it, and he's still a top fucking probably 50, 25, 30 player in the league when he's when he's half-assing it. So imagine if he really was bought in. It's kind of sickening. But I do like Randall here as well. Double-double. If you can't get the double-double, it's plus 105 at certain spots, 135 at others, but you can get it at plus 105. He's had 2 double-doubles in the last 3 meetings. He's averaging 19 and 10. Slowed down the last 2 games. Kind of rough games for him, actually, the last 2, even against Chicago. But they did, prior to that, he had 3 doubles straight. Look for him to get back on track. I'm not impressed with anybody inside of Brooklyn. So I like the double-double plus 105 or the over 9.5 rebounds if you can't get the double-double. I
like Alec Burks over 15.5 points. Had 23 against Atlanta in the win over the Hawks on the weekend. So 23, get that prop with ease if he gets to that number tonight. And obviously now becoming the starting point for the Knicks in this game. By the way, the Knicks have only been an underdog of 7.5 points or more once this year, and they went 1-0 ATS that time they were. Whereas Brooklyn has been a favorite in the 7.5 to 9.5, 7 times, 2-5 ATS. So that fits with the Knicks getting this number of points. I just think it's a close competitive ball game at the end of the day. Wham, what do you think here? Knicks and Nets.
Yeah, it's a lot of injuries for the New York Knicks here as far as what they're rolling out here. Mitchell Robinson, probable in certain spots, questionable in others about the illness there. That was something recently added there. RJ Barrett. I think RJ Barrett may be really hurt here, but I think he is going to play in this game. I do think this is a big game for New York, especially getting rid of Kemba. Like you guys said, they know they play better without him on the floor. It's about a 12% difference in effective field goal percentage for the opponent. They're dropping it at 57 when he's on the floor, 45 effective field goal percentage for the opponents when he's off the floor for Kemba Walker. Now, even in that span, they're ranked 9. I'm sorry, in the last 5 games, they're ranked 9th in defensive rating. And I think this is going to be a better defensive team without him on the floor, just based off of those stats there. So I believe the under is in play, even though Brooklyn has been playing, they could find a way, like Dutch said, they could find their way in playing a little bit better. But I think James Harden continues to struggle here. I think it's going to be all relying on KD. And it sucks that they got Joe Harris just ruled out for an extended amount of time. I believe like 8 weeks or some shit like that because he has to get surgery. So I think it's going to be that type of game, close nitty game. I do agree with Babano with the Knicks spot here. I think this is a bing bong type of day for sure. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I like the under here. I think that the under will continue to trend for the New York Knicks, and I believe the defense is going to be there. We Brooklyn has been playing a little bit better defensive rating. They're ranked 6th in defensive rating so far this season. So I think we're going to see a tight game in this national televised.
Patty Mills has to be the target for the Nets from a prop standpoint because there's no doubt he's averaging 18 during this stretch. He's taken up a lot of the slack by Harris. You mentioned Harris being out. He's the guy that's really filled that role for the Brooklyn Nets in his absence. And yeah, he had a bone particle in his left ankle removed. Joe Harris. That was the surgery. And yeah, you nailed the timeline completely, Wham. 8 weeks is what they're saying for Joe Harris. So we're not going to see him again until probably late January, early February. So it's still going to be a while, right around the All-Star break probably. That's the next time we'll see Joe Harris back on the court for the Brooklyn Nets. Billy, what do you like here?
Yo, shouts to Wham for the big bug, bro. Those were some of the funniest fucking videos I've seen in my life, man. Oh my God. But we're here to talk about basketball, not funny videos. But from a basketball perspective, shouts to the Castaways, man. Both sides, man. They just said, fuck y'all boys. It's not 2015 no more. Kemba Walker to the wayside. Blake Griffin to the wayside. Like, damn. Man, both of those guys used to be all-stars and used to be max contract players. I guess
now we don't even want them on the floor. Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Like, we live in a different era. They're in the free agency pool in the 2K.
Damn.
On a real serious perspective, though, Alex Burke still at the point guard position, like Wham said, man. Shouts to Thibodeau for actually taking an analytical standpoint, because without Kemba Walker on the floor, that defense is way better, and it looks way better offensively, too, with Alex Burke's running at the point guard. Alex Burke has always been a guy that always had the potential, but he's just never been healthy for a full season. So maybe this is the year that he's reaching his full potential. Who knows? But I'm going to rock with it tonight. I got over 20.5 points and rebounds for Alex Burks. I know his points have only really been there for that last game, but now he's kind of comfortable with the role. The rebound numbers have been there. 7 rebounds in his last game, 6 rebounds in the game before that, and 6 before that. So I really like Alex Burks over 20.5 points and rebounds. If I had to pick a side, I hate a number really making me make a decision, but I would probably say Knicks with the points, but I think the Nets win the game, man. I got to see this Knicks team play out, because, like, I think the pieces that they made them a better, like, offensive team, but, like, not really, though, because their player development sucks.
Right.
I mean, it's true. That is true. The player development has been subpar. You know, it's been not what you want it to see at the NBA level, for sure. Kings and hosting the Lakers next up. Lakers and Kings. LA 4-point road favorites, 226.5 the total in this game. This is the Connor Mack special for me on the. I like the over in the Toronto game, but this is an even stronger over for me here. Over, as he would say with this game. Sacramento already played not much defense, was better offensively, and played, I wouldn't say rapid pace, but above average. Well, since Walton got sent packing and they bring in Alvin Gentry, it's amazing to see the possession numbers. For the season, Sacramento is averaging 104 possessions per game. In the last few games since Gentry took over, 114 possessions per game, 10 possessions more per game. So they're playing even faster. They're back to that, just go fly up and down the court and shoot the first shot you get. That's basically what we're seeing again from Sacramento. Both of these teams lacking pretty much on the defensive end of the floor for the entire year. The LA Lakers are number 1 in the NBA in possessions per game and pace. Sacramento 4th. I mean, I'm not even going to bother trusting the Lakers laying points or trusting the Kings at all at any price. Just bet points to happen, because I'm pretty sure we'll get them in this game. So over 226.5 for me, Lakers and Kings. Dutch, what do you like here?
Yeah, shout out to our guy, Dennis Garcia. I see you, my guy. To everyone, take a moment, hit the motherfucking like button. Let's get to that hundo. We like to do that live. Get to that hundo. That's Mando. Muchly appreciated. But yeah, man, this game, first of all, I'm like, damn, I want to bet the Lakers here. Like, this is a get back spot. Like, I said, hold up. Get your thoughts together. What the fuck are you thinking, right? It's like taking Portland last night. Like, hold the fuck up. What you thinking? But yeah, man. Sacramento's 0-5 at the house. ATS the last 5 versus the Lakers. This to me, it looks like a clear Lakers spot after what happened, recently and not less than a week ago. Russ is playing better basketball, AD on the court. I mean, LeBron. Oh, man, I'm going to stop, and I'm just going to back with this bitch because I don't want to say too much more good about the Lakers and just move on. I can't lay the points because you know it, so I'll back with it. But, I'm only looking one way.
All right, there we go. All right. Yeah, I say back with the side. Just bet the over.
Yeah, and I couldn't argue the over, but me, I'm not really fucking with the totals. But it's a clear overlook. I agree completely with that. But yeah, I got a couple other spots on this card.
And then you don't have to stress about whether the Lakers are because who wants to lay 4 with the Lakers? Who wants to take 4 with Sacramento?
Right. This is
why do it. Why do it? Wham,
the Lakers should double digit that ass, but should is a whole motherfucking other story.
Yeah, so many times we're left saying shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't.
Yeah. I don't want to pay to find the fuck out.
I wouldn't argue with that sentiment one bit. Sure. All right, Wham, what do you like here, if anything?
Yeah, man, without Luke Walton at 2-2 for the Kings, we got Richaun Holmes going to be most likely in. Still got Barnes doubtful. AD at the 5. You've been seeing LeBron at the 5 as well. It's kind of what we've been seeing. Vogel just tinker and fuck with our heads here. Fucking with our money too, bro. Honestly, they're the worst in ATS here, so it's hard for us to back the Lakers, bro. To be honest, just being frank with it. But AD said we coming to get our payback. So do we trust this soft ass motherfucker? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. I don't think we trust him, bro. So
There's a reason why you don't have him on the screen.
yeah, exactly that though. Even though I should take LeBron ass off the screen too, because he don't do shit on defense. Fucking lazy ass. I should take his ass off the screen too. He more worried about who the fuck is in the audience in some damn games and shit. But
Yeah, man.
neither here nor there. Both of these teams are giving it up, like my guy Babano mentioned there. 29th in opposing points per game, Sacramento. 26 in opposing points for the Lakers. Lakers are number 1 in points. They're getting up to the pace, like you said, though, and going to these overtimes. So a lot of that probably has to do with the overtimes with the points as well, though, just to add that on there as well. But I think that the Lakers are live here, man. It's just hard for me to put my money here. But like I always say, man, if the Lakers, if I'm doing good, man, we got Cade Cunningham on the docket today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing good today. I'm going to hop on that over with you, Babeno, and I'm going to be on the Lakers. I think the live spot with the Lakers, you may see him fall a little bit early on. I think Halliburton props is good, too. He did talk a little bit. I was just going to be sure. I was going to speak on it. He talked about his struggles.
Man. I played him in my daily fantasy lineup. He's
happy to get out of this month. So it's more like the mentality, like if you're in sales, new month, new money. That's the type of mentality some of these players have. So I think that's where you seeing here towards the end of this the last day of the month. You know what I'm saying? Get himself back right. So I think Halliburton probably is a good look today. But again, I got to see what we looking like earlier today, baby, before we hop on this shit.
His ass will be wide open. We know that. So if he knocked down the shots, he could get right.
Man, I can't be begging with Halliburton after that last one, man. I gotta see it.
That shit tough, bro.
We'll play it Friday or something.
Sophomore slump, man. Sophomore slump.
All right, Billy, what do you got for this game?
Oh man, this is the spot that I got circled on the card. Best bet here. I'm gonna go with the Lake Show, man. You know, I sat in this spot many times and I made fun of the Lakers and said we ain't gonna bet this team until after Christmas. But damn, man, reading into the numbers and stuff, I don't bet NBA usually a day before the injury reports and all that. But damn, man, I bet this last night before the Monday Night Football game even came out, man. This is the spot right here, man. You look at the Lakers 9-2 in their road games, ATS 6-11 ATS at home. It looks like they're better in that underdog spot with the crowd booing them rather than the crowd cheering for them with celebrities in the stands. You know, maybe a game in Sacramento is good for this team. Both teams just played each other on Friday, triple overtime win for the Kings. The main thing that I looked in that game was watching that game, man. They went on an 11-2 run with 7 minutes. They were up by 7, 2 minutes left. They went on an 11-2 run, and LA still got that game in the overtime. On top of that, it was the first time that LA had 4 different players score 20-plus points with Westbrook James and Malik Monk. So it looks like their offense is coming together. And since then, the Kings played in a road trip over at Memphis, and the Lakers played at home against Pistons on Saturday. If you look at the schedule, the Kings are on the front end of a back-to-back. They play tomorrow night against the Clippers in Cali, and the LA Lakers don't play again until Thursday. So, you know, the rule is usually we don't bet LA until after Christmas, but this is just a travel spot, LA smack spot, revenge spot. If you watch the press conference after that game, they were pretty pissed off. I think this is LA all day long, all day strong. And man, if you fuck me over here, man,
you know how many times I've heard people say, I'm never betting that team again after I lose with them, and then they're back on their ass in 5 days.
But for real, the Kings, like, I get it. Rashawn Holmes is coming back, so the line is still minus 160. But for real, like, am I really scared of the Kings? Yeah. Fuck out of here. Like, who's the fuck stopping LeBron? Harrison Barnes is not on the floor. Harrison Barnes still isn't even in college anymore. That's the only time Harrison Barnes has ever been good. The Lakers are actually getting their shit together. They're actually caring about basketball games, and they're actually looking like they want to do something with this team. And if this team wants to make the playoffs or make a run in the playoffs, they have to
win games
top 4 seed. They have to. And it is inevitable that they need to beat teams like the Kings on the road. And the Kings just aren't that good to me. And they suck at home.
I wish I could say, I want money in my pocket every time someone reverses their promise and their vow to say, I'm never betting that team again, or I'm done with that team. I'm done with this team. If I could say I could make money every time someone says that and then, goes back on it and bets them again, I'd be rich. I'd be living in a mansion right now, because it's I swear there's like hundreds of people I've dealt with in my 10 years doing this where they say, I'm done with that team. I'm not betting them ever again. and then a week later, or sometimes a couple days later, they're betting them again. That's just the way it works. Yeah. All right. Next up, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to Vanessa Williams this show right now and save the best for last. We're going to save the best for last. We're going to keep the Golden State Phoenix for the last game. We're going to do Detroit and Portland first. We got Portland 7-point home favorites, 210.5 the total in this one. The money's come in on Detroit, and I agree. I mean, I got 9.5 with Detroit. It's 7 now. I still like it. I'm still going to go out and recommend Detroit +7 here. No Lillard tonight for the Portland Trailblazers. Anthony Simons. We're going to Simonize the point guard spot tonight for the Portland Trailblazers. Anthony Simons will take over that spot now for them with Lillard out. Norm Powell's still out. It's a back-to-back for the Blazers. They just got creamed in Utah last night, 129-107, and I was on the over for the best bet on the show yesterday. Don't look now. The Pistons competitive. 4 covers in their last 5 games. 8-point loss to the Heat. Right in the game against the Lakers. Almost beat the Lakers again at Staples in their last game on Sunday, 110-106. So good efforts lately from this Detroit Pistons team. Killian Hayes and Cunningham are solid enough. Bay and Grant, the starting fives, holding it down, doing enough to keep them in games. And I don't trust the Blazers in a brutal spot, back to back. They've been on a little bit of a road swing lately, and now they're coming back home with no rest, without Lillard and no Powell. There's no way I'm laying 7 here with Portland here. So you've lost some line value, but I still like the Pistons here. Detroit basketball. We're liking Detroit here tonight, plus the points. Dutch, what do you think here? Pistons, Blazers.
Yeah, shout out to my guy, John Roy. He said it, man. Back with this bitch, man. It's enough said. Yeah, man.
Yeah, less said the better with the Pistons and the Blazers. There we go. Little backwoods action. Wham! Pistons, Blazers.
Y'all already know where I'm going with this. We got a Detroit Pistons game. Cade Cunningham over at 5.5 assists. Of course, he broke the streak. 7 consecutive streak have been broken. We're not going to fall off now. It's only been 1 fucking game. And then now the line adjusted back to plus money so we could get our money back. So now we go ahead and hit it again at plus 112. It's the only way to do it in the prop market. Don't be scared, especially when you know this shit is on the road. So Cade Cunningham yet again over 5.5 assists. I know y'all know why. So let's just keep going.
All right, riding the Cunningham assist train from a prop standpoint for Wham. Billy, you got anything? Blazers, Pistons.
Yeah, man. Actually, this is my favorite prop on the board today is going to be Jusuf Nurkic over 12.5 points at -110. This is a great spot for Jusuf Nurkic. He's been hot. 28 points on November 24th. 17 points on November 26th, and then in Utah last night, 24 points. And he's been getting all the minutes. Nasir Little is going to be out for this game. There's going to be more minutes here for Nurkic in the front court. Detroit Pistons, always a spot to attack in the front court. And we're going to keep it rolling today for playing daily fantasy today. $6,700. Pretty cheap price tag for Jusuf Nurkic. And that's where we're going to plant the flag in, and that's going to be my favorite prop of the day.
All right, it's a good one. Looking forward to, I mean, definitely the next game coming up. We're looking forward to it. Golden State, Phoenix. What more needs to be said? One team is 18-2, the other is 17-3. It's rare that you get the 2 teams that through 20 games of the season have a record this good going head to head like this. But Warriors and Suns, TNT. Who have we got for this one? Who did they send to this one? Oh, Brian Anderson and Stan Van Gundy for TNT for this one tonight. Warriors and Suns. We got the Suns 3-point favorites here, 221.5 the total in this game. Wow, what more needs to be said? Phenomenal basketball game this should be. Obviously, we know terrific matchup it is. Really, from a back court standpoint, when you've got Paul and Booker, and then you've got Curry and Poole on the other side, and with the way Poole has been playing, I mean, that is, a good complementary piece in the starting backcourt to Curry. He's played well. Of course, Paul and Booker, it goes without saying how sensational they are as a duo. Then you've got the front court matchup in a game like this, and it's just as tantalizing as well with Green and Kayvon Looney. Wiggins is a game time decision for Golden State. He's
Who
dealing with the
needs
back
that guy
scratches.
anyway?
Yeah, exactly. Some games he's great, and then other games you can't find him on the court with a telescope. So it really depends one game to the next what you get from him. But no, it's a phenomenal game on paper.
As long as we got Curry, we're good.
Yeah. Golden State's been amazing on the road, just as good on the road as they've been at home. 7-1, but Phoenix 8-2 at home. It's two teams that are surging right now. Although I will say, I haven't bet the side, but we're getting up to the number now, 3.5, 4, where maybe Golden State I get interested in that side, but not yet with Phoenix, because I do think, and I said this yesterday, it's going to be with this back-to-back that these two teams, are playing. You could see them split. They're playing again, Reese, not back-to-back for Phoenix, but they play Detroit after this game. Then they play at Golden State, but they play in just a few days from now. Golden State doesn't play again until they play Phoenix later in the week, but I do think there's a chance they split. The home team holds serve in both games, so I'm not going anywhere with that. As far as props in this game, are concerned, I think when you look at it from a Phoenix perspective, I think this is an opportunity for Ayton, to be quite honest with you. I think he's the one you target in terms of props. I find in a game like this, the matchup for him's not bad whatsoever. So that's what I would target more than either side or total, because this is more for me, not a strong betting game, but more of a game to sit back, watch, and enjoy two phenomenal teams going at it. But I will be betting some DeAndre Ayton props over points and rebounds. You can do just points, just rebounds, both. You could double, although you usually have to pay a premium for that one. But definitely I think it's a good matchup here for Ayton for the Suns. So that is a player I would target here from a prop standpoint in this game. The double for Ayton, I'm sure is, minus 150 as I expect. It's not the greatest of prices, but still wouldn't surprise me to see him notch a double tonight. Dutch, what do you like here? It's the game of the night, game of the season, maybe. Warriors, Suns.
Yeah, man. Shout out to 420 Fuego dropping the stats. Metro Money, I see you liking the Pistons and the Suns. And see that new name. I like it, my guy. Yeah, man. This game is a beautiful thing right here. And you see, I got I'm not like ski and wham. I don't got the Phoenix Sun hoodies on deck. So I got to break out all the orange and blue I got, which is, somehow motherfucking high. Believe it. But yeah, man, I really like the Suns here. I think all the love for the Warriors, I know the Warriors are a great team, don't get me wrong, but this is what I really look at right now is I think the Suns are the most complete team from coaching from a big man perspective that can guard the paint, that can run the floor, rebound. They got two wings that can guard anyone, and they got us two guards that can score with anyone in the league, really. I mean, Devin Booker is fucking elite. And then you got CP3 who's, say what you will, maybe not the best defense, guy out there, but he's El Captain, runs the show. He's one of the better fucking point guards we've seen in our time in today's, game. So I look at it from that perspective. I look at the bench. Now, the bench has averaged 33 plus points or more per game in the last 8 games. They're getting a lot from McGee. They're getting a lot from Shamet. They got Cameron Payne coming up. They got Cameron Johnson. This team is very deep. Look at home. Now, they play December 3rd. So what, less than fucking 4 or 5 days? They play in Golden State. That is when the streak will come to an end. Phoenix is going to handle business tonight. I believe it's almost a trifecta spot. The numbers really like the first quarter. First half isn't. I'm not mad at that. But full game, I locked it in at 2. I'm all over this. This is a very, very solid play here. The Suns are 2-1 ATS in their last 3 meetings. They played 3 times last year. Average win, 12 points per game. And the Suns were shooting right under 50% at 49.8 in those 3 meetings, out-rebounding them 6+ per game. I just think that the Suns are going to just handle business here. Also, the talk of, Phoenix has won fucking 16 games in a row, and all we hear about is the Warriors. They hear that. They hear that, man. And this is where they're going to get right. Or I don't want to say get right, but this is where they're going to show everyone that they are the best team in the league right now. They've been playing the best basketball, and they'll show it at home. The bench will come in. They'll handle their business. CP3 will have a big game, but I really look for Devin Booker to attack. He's at 30+ in the last 3 games. Last meeting, he had 34, 4 3-pointers. I like over 23.5. If it was a little juiced up, so you can go over 24.5 as well. Now he's went over this. I also like over 2.5 threes at plus 135. went over this number 3 of the last 4 games. 4 of the last 6 he's went over, and he's shooting 41% from deep. If you're watching him, he's feeling it. He's playing great basketball. I look for Devin Booker to be the best player on the court tonight. That's right. I said it. Against Curry, they're going to throw Crowder. They're going to throw Bridges. Curry's better than Devin Booker, but tonight, Devin Booker will be the best player on the court. Suns, good money, baby. -2.
I need the number for the plug, man. What you smoking?
What you smoking, huh? What he smoking over there?
23.5. Yeah, and he's had a couple. He had the one big game against Golden State, the 34. He had a couple games where he did struggle against them. But you're right, based in current form, 23.5 should be something he's able to achieve here, Devin Booker, with that prop. Because you look at the recent games, 30, 32, 35, just in the last 3 games, he's been into the 30s.
And the reason I say he'll be the best player on the court tonight, I know I'm going to get some shit for that, but that's okay. Come on now. Devin, Mikal Bridges and James Crowder, and then you also got Cameron Payne, then you got CP3. All these motherfuckers are going to be on Steph Curry. All right, they got to guard the 3, and that's it. Steph Curry, you shut down Steph Curry, and they'll win this game. Curry will get 25, 28, 30 maybe, but he won't be the best player on the court tonight.
Yeah, lean over. I agree. Someone in the chat, it was our guy, Star Child. He likes the over. I lean that way.
The Star Child already knew where I was going, too.
The one issue with the over is that playoff intensity. You worry that takes over in a game of this magnitude. Huge game. Both of these teams think they're the best in the West, and you can see it. Maybe first half over. This is one of those games where you might want to do, and Ski does this a lot. If you like the over, maybe more in the first half. I worry in the second half it'll tighten up, and defenses will really clamp down if it's a close game in the fourth quarter. That's definitely something you worry about a bit. Wham, what do you think here? Should be Warriors Suns.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game for sure. This is going to be a Phoenix opportunity, I feel, to get some wins in against this matchup, because as soon as Clay and Wiseman comes back, I don't think they're going to be able to fuck with them at all, to be honest with you. And honestly, this is the MVP versus the coach of the year here against Phoenix, but this is no spring chicken here, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr has shown us that he did damage to the Brooklyn Nets. He could probably figure out some way to get CP3 exploded out here. Man, we've seen several times how many times Chef done crossed the fuck over Chris Paul. So, I mean, let's be honest, bro. I don't know, but I think Devin Booker does have a case to be one of the best guys on the floor, but as far as like the best over Steph, bro, you wild boy for that.
It's one night, bro. Wild boy for that. Hey, I don't want to see CP3 guarding Steph Curry, because everything I said, fuck all that. If that's the case,
That's what I'm saying. I think they go figure out a way to get that matchup to happen here. And if it does happen,
on the court.
If it does happen, bro, we know what's good. We know the results. That's all I'm gonna say. We know the results. But Steph Curry, man, just what we can say, just been balling out. Obviously, going to be MVP candidate, top MVP candidate for a while. Maybe it'd be falling off a little bit when Clay comes back, whatever. But as of right now, last 5 games, 47% shooting from 3 for this guy, 50% shooting from the field, taking 20 attempts, getting it done, bro. But it is something special to remark, though, what Dutch did say about Devin Booker. He has been shooting 50% from 3 over the last 5 games as well. He's been doing his thing as well. So I'm not mad at Devin Booker here. I just don't only go in Golden State. Honestly, this is the only way I would go here. Obviously, we do know the team that will win this game is most likely was going to cover. And the Phoenix team, they don't really cover that well. They've been winning these games. They haven't been really covering. The things that stand out to me the most is that over the last 5 games, Golden State is number 1 in holding opponents in the paint. Even though I do like DeAndre Ayton in this matchup, if he ain't scoring in the paint, motherfucker better be making no jump shots here in this spot, because if not, then it's going to be a problem here, I believe, for this the Suns team. I think that it's going to be a good chess match to see how these guys will play out. I haven't made anything official here, but I'm thinking Golden State money line. That's the only way I'm thinking.
All right, good stuff. I see no Scott Foster on the sheet tonight.
That's all we need.
Thank goodness. Derek Richardson, Carl Lane, and Josh Tiven are going to be the 3 referees here. Thank goodness.
Don't do it, man, Bam. Right. Get your motherfucking Laker money. You know what I'm saying? Get the Laker money.
Oh, get the Laker money, huh?
Yeah, I'll take the Lakers. Put your money on the Lakers and don't bet the Warriors, bro. Yeah. Not tonight. December 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, you've got some of the best players in the league right now with the way they're playing, all on the same floor tonight for a game like this. That's what makes it so exciting. Billy, what do you think here?
Yeah, man. Before we even get into the bets, though, man, I gotta ask Dutch. Like, am I allowed to can we do like a proposition bet, Steph Curry versus Devin Booker, straight up on points? Because if that's the case, then we fuck the bet on the game. You got PayPal?
Oh, that's a challenge.
No, I'll take your money, bro. I don't really like taking kids' money, but I'll take your money, Philly the kid.
All right,
I mean?
We'll throw 5 on it. We'll throw 5 on it. Just
yeah, we do. Hey, because it's bad money. Because look, Curry's like over 30. You know, I'm telling you, Booker gonna have a more prolific game and be the best player on the court tonight. But yeah, we can talk. We'll talk off. Let's see what we can work out. Something. I like smart bets though. You know, I don't like just not on some bullshit for me.
You know, you just throw a little 5 on it, a little call.
Yeah, we can do that.
Fucking around.
First round on you.
Yeah, I don't like that Foster's doing the Knicks Nets game, but at least it's not. Yeah, I would have been worse if he was doing this game.
That's good for the Knicks. I was
going to ask you where he's at too with it. But that's good for the under. That's good for the under though.
That's good for the Knicks, man. He gonna be blown away. It's gonna be a close ass game.
Slow that shit down,
physical
baby.
Stuff that gets called nonstop by him. That's good for the Knicks. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe not.
Man, that makes me want to cash out of my bet. But you know, this is gonna be playoff atmosphere in this game. Makes me want to lean towards the under blindly. Shouts to my man Noli knows. Noli got me betting on unders like it's no tomorrow in the last 2 weeks. So you know what? I'm probably gonna bet the under if I'm having a nice little day. But you know, I'm kind of on my wham shit. We gotta make sure shit's hitting on the night. But I think this is a Warrior spot. But the only thing that makes you want to pull the hezzy on it is both of these teams play on December the 5th. And like you guys said, I kind of think this is a learning game. Why would you really want to bet this game if both of these teams play together a week later? That's kind of really the spot that you really want to bet. You'll have better information and a better idea of how these two teams match up. So that's kind of what I'm going to do backwood it.
All right, nothing wrong with that. But no, we're not putting the backwood on the screen for this one. You can't disrespect this game.
I'm hitting that.
The backwood's going to be on the screen because there's going to be some smoke going on.
Yeah, can't disrespect Golden State versus Phoenix. But we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game tonight. Headlining a pretty nice Tuesday card. So looking forward to it. Thanks to everybody for joining us. Hit that like button. Wow, 310 live viewers.
Man.
Hit the like button. Let's go. Hit that thing. Hit the like
Hit that
button.
motherfucker like the sun's about to hit the motherfucking Warrior. Straight over the motherfucking head. Yeah, man.
There you go. We appreciate it.
Like the Warriors about to hit him over the head. That's what Dutch said.
That's not what I said. That's not what
putting words.
If I did, it's because I'm loaded, and you know what the fuck I meant. But I don't think I did say that. Wham got me thinking. Like garlic cookies and toxic cookies be getting your boy where he need to be.
Y'all refresh it back and go tell us what happened.
All right. Thank you guys, everyone in the chat, loving the show. We appreciate it. Amazing. Hit that like button. That's how you show appreciation for liking the show. Man. We got best bets, freshest look coming up right after this. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101. Manscaped promo code Pub Sports. Get 20% off. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product. 20% off the purchase with the promo code Pub Sports. MyBookie.ag. Great time of year and everything going on. NFL, college football, NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC. Sign up for an account. MyBookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit at mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Pub Sports. All right. It is, by the way, someone asking about college basketball. Don't go anywhere. We got Net Profit with Connor Mack and Maxwell Smart coming up right after us at 5 p.m. Eastern. They will break down college basketball for tonight. Jimmy and Rob Bebsy is back after a hiatus last week for the NFL Beat the Line show tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that as well right here on Pub Sports Radio. All right. Best bet time. Actually, freshest look. We're going to start with Dutch. Freshest look.
Yeah, freshest look. You know we're going. We're going to AZ. And them Warriors, they going to come out to play. But Phoenix, they're going to treat them like the motherfucking stepsons. And they're going to handle business. I seen it out. Now I got it at 2, but I see there's a 3 right now. Lock it in. Get it at 3. Suns will handle business. They'll win this game by double digits come fourth quarter. Booker, book that shit, boy. Good money. Yeah, man.
There you go, Suns. All right, Wham, best bet.
Yes, sir. Let's start it off here. Let's keep it down to Memphis or Grind City here. We're going to take the Raptors prop with Scotty Barnes over a half a 3-point make. All he needs is 1. Coach said he's going to need to get this guy more attempts at the 3. Had 9 attempts in the last game. It's going to go up from here, and they're going against a team that's weak, dead last, and guarding the 3 in Memphis. So Scotty Barnes over a half a 3. Let's get it.
There you go. A 3-pointer made for Scotty Barnes. Best bet for Wham. My best bet is going to be I'm going to go with the Knicks actually tonight. Plus 7.5 against the Brooklyn Nets. I like the situation. I think it's a better fit and a better chemistry on the court with no Kemba for the New York Knicks. Simple as that. And I think it's going to show through here against Brooklyn. I expect a competitive game, and getting 7.5. That's all I would need to cash a ticket here with the New York Knicks. Plus 7.5 against Brooklyn for my best bet for this Tuesday NBA card. And that'll wrap up this edition of the NBA Pub Up. Thanks to everybody for joining us. We appreciate it. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, once again for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub. So join us for that. Net Profit College Basketball coming up next for Trot Wham, for Dutch Boy Fresh, for Billy Briz. I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Wednesday for another NBA Pub Hub show right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button, subscribe if you've not, and share the video if you can. You know what it is. We are the Valley. Yeah, man. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest.